Good morning, dear students. Now, today we will discuss historical development of the periodic table. It means classification of elements by different scientists. Then cause of periodicity in the periodic table, old periodic law and modern periodic law. Right? I am starting from historical development of the periodic table. First of all, who made an attempt? First attempt was made by Dobereiner, which is also known as Dobereiner's triads. Dobereiner triads states that if elements are classified in triads, tri means 3 and add means group or addition. If elements are classified in triads, then atomic weight of middle element is always arithmetic mean of other two elements. Other two, it means first and third elements. For example, first triad of Dobereiner, lithium. Its atomic mass is 7. Because this table, this law is based on atomic mass, right? Not atomic number. Middle element is sodium and third element is potassium. Right? Atomic mass of potassium is 39. Okay? According to this triads law, 7, which is mass of this first element, plus 39 upon 2. Okay, children? Is equal to 46 upon 2 is equal to 23. It means what is expected mass of sodium? 23. And this is actual mass of sodium. Even in the modern periodic table, what is its mass? 23. Right? Second is Newland's law of octaves. Oct, it means 8. Newland's law of octaves. According to this law, if elements are arranged in order of their atomic weights, then every 8th element, it means elements after interval of 7 elements shows similar properties like first element. Okay, children? Similarity in chemical properties of every 8th element like first element. The simple law is known as law of octaves. Okay? For example, lithium, after lithium, then beryllium, then boron, C, carbon, N, nitrogen, O, oxygen, and F, fluorine. How many elements are placed in this horizontal row? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. Right? 8th element, and 8th element is sodium, which is placed just below lithium. Okay, children? Next element below beryllium is magnesium. Below boron, aluminium, then silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine. Right? Again 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. What is 8th element? Potassium. Okay? And then after calcium, blank. right? Elements are classified up to which mass? 40 only. It means up to calcium. Okay children, even in this Dobereiner triads, which elements are placed in this triad? Same elements. So this is similarity between Dobereiner triads and Newland's law of octaves. Okay children, what do you mean by similarity? For example, lithium. Similarity between lithium and sodium. Each element reacts with oxygen and forms oxide. Right? Lithium oxide. Similarity between lithium and sodium. Sodium also reacts with oxygen and forms same type of oxide. Right? Same type, it means monooxide. There are different types of oxides. Monooxide, dioxide, trioxide, penta. It depends upon valency of second atom. Here valency of lithium in this modern periodic table, not in this Newlands, because Newlands is based on atomic weight. Its valency is +1 and oxygen -2. What is its formula? Li2O. So this is one similarity between lithium and sodium. Okay children. Second similarity in terms of halide or chloride. General formula of halide of this first group element is Mx. Right? M denotes metal and X halide. Known halide of lithium is lithium chloride. Only one halogen atom is attached. Second, halide of sodium is sodium chloride. So this is second similarity between lithium and sodium. Right? So Newland classified how many elements? 7 plus 7, 14. Then 15 and 16 elements only. Right? In which manner? In terms of similarity of every 8th element. Okay children. Now next one is Mendeleev's law, which is also known as old periodic law. Mendeleev's law is also based on atomic weight. Right? Like other laws, Dobereiner's law, Octave's law. Third one is also based on atomic weights. According to Mendeleev, the physical and chemical properties of elements are periodic function of their atomic weights. Here, property basic principle of this table is also atomic weight. Okay children? And modern periodic law or modern periodic table is based on fundamental property, which is atomic number. Okay children? So this is the difference between old periodic law and modern periodic law. Here fundamental property is atomic number. It means the physical and chemical properties of elements are periodic function of their atomic number. Periodicity. Periodicity in properties is based on atomic number. Now children, periodicity, it means repetition of similar chemical properties after fixed interval or fixed gap, right? And here what is the cause of periodicity? Because this table, modern periodic table, is based on atomic number. So cause of periodicity is valence electrons. Now next, discussion of important features of long form of the periodic table or modern periodic table, right? This modern periodic table is also known as Bode's table because this is based on which property? Electrons, configuration of electrons. Now first feature, all elements are classified into how many blocks? 4 blocks, which are known as S, P, D and F on the basis of presence of valence electrons. If valence electron or electrons are present in orbital of S subshell, such elements are known as S block elements. Second condition, orbitals of P subshell, then P block elements, orbitals of D subshell, D block elements, and last one, orbitals of F subshell, then elements are known as F block elements. Okay children? Classification of all known elements into how many blocks? 4 blocks. Right? S, P, D and F. Right children? Second, how many horizontal rows are present in this modern periodic table? 7. Right? Which are known as periods. You know meaning of horizontal, right? And vertical column 18, which are known as groups. Very important feature. Each one is important for objective question, right? Next one, highly electropositive elements or reactive metals are placed in S block. Okay children? What about heavy metals like iron, cobalt, nickel, chromium, zinc, tungsten? All heavy metals are placed in which block? D block. And non-metals in P block. But some elements are metalloids in nature which show dual nature, dual properties. Sometimes metal-like properties and sometimes non-metal-like properties. For example, silicon, germanium, both are metalloids. Okay? But most of the elements are non-metallic in nature. In which block? P block. Right children? Artificial elements, man-made elements, radioactive elements, in which block? F block. Next feature, 17 group elements like chlorine, bromine, iodine, astatine are known as halogens. Halo it means salt, gen means producer, right? 16 group elements, it means elements of oxygen family. like oxygen, sulfur, okay, are known as chalcogens. Chalcogens, it means ore producing. What is the nature of ore? Oxide ores, sulfide ores, and both elements are placed in which group? 16th group. Okay children? 18th group elements are known as inert elements, noble elements, right? Because their valence shells are completely filled, which are known as, which elements are present in 18th group? Helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon. Next feature, elements of first group, right? Except hydrogen, because hydrogen shows dual properties, metal and non-metal like properties, lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium are also known as alkaline elements, right? Because their oxides are basic in nature. Second group elements, beryllium, magnesium, calcium, okay, all elements are known as alkaline earth elements or alkaline earth metals, right? Because their ores are found under the earth crust, right? And their oxides are also alkaline in nature. Okay children, so these are important features of modern periodic table. Now block-wise study of important features of S block elements, P block elements, D block elements and F block elements. Now first important feature of S block elements, general formula. General formula is NS1 and NS2. N denotes principal quantum number, S subshell and 1 valence electron, right? For example, sodium, atomic number is 11. Distribution of electrons or electron configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p, 2p, 6 and 3s1, right? N is principal quantum number, S is block or subshell and 1 is valence electron, okay? NS2, magnesium atomic number is 12, right? You can reduce this long form of this electron configuration, 2 plus 2, 4, 4 plus 6, 10 and 10 is atomic number of neon, right? This is called reduced form of electron configuration, and then last valence shell configuration, which is 3s2 for second group element. In S block, how many groups are placed? Group 1 and group 2. Okay children, magnesium is group 2 element. How many valence electrons are present? 2. Sodium is group 1 element. How many valence electrons are present? 1. So this is an important feature of modern periodic table. Knowing valence electrons, we can predict its group number also. Now next feature of S block elements, soft metals. Okay children, due to low atomic mass, sodium, potassium, very soft metal, right? Next is melting point, low melting point. Okay, because melting point depends upon density or mass. Next, ionization enthalpy. Ionization enthalpy, it is the minimum amount of energy which is required to remove loosely bound electron from valence shell of an atom is known as IE or ionization enthalpy. Enthalpy in thermodynamics denotes heat or energy, heat energy, okay? Strong reducing agent. Next feature. Right? Next feature is related with this previous. It means IE. Sodium is used as a strong reducing agent. Why? Due to its low value of IE. What do you mean by reducing agent? Any chemical which itself gets oxidized and reduce others is known as reducing agent. The compounds are ionic. Sodium chloride, well known, which is known as common salt. Compounds are ionic except the compounds of first element like lithium of group 1 and beryllium of group 2. This is called anomalous behavior of elements. First element always shows different nature from rest of the elements which are placed in the same group. Okay children? So these are important features of S block elements. Next one, P block elements. General formula is NS2NP126. Maximum capacity of orbitals of p subshell to accommodate only 6 electrons, not more than 6, because p subshell is divided into how many orbitals? 3. Okay. For example, carbon. Justify its position in the periodic table. Modern periodic table, atomic number of carbon is 6. Okay, then distribution of electrons 1s2 according to Aufbau rule, 2s2. How many electrons are left? 2p2. Right? Here what formula is given? NP126. Minimum capacity to accommodate 1 electron and maximum capacity to accommodate 6 electrons. Right? Which elements are placed in P block? First row of element, then you can verify this formula. This formula is correct or not. First element is boron, C. It means carbon, N, nitrogen, O, F, and neon, BCNOF. And neon. Increasing order of atomic number, because modern periodic table is based on increasing atomic number. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. Okay children? Now, first of all, application of this formula in boron family. Boron family, it means elements of 13 group. Here first element is boron. All elements are known as, all elements of 13 group are known as elements of boron family, right? Because all are similar in chemical properties like boron. Electronic configuration of boron: 1s2, 2s2, 2p1. Advantage, very important advantage of modern periodic table. Valence electrons are present in p subshell, and how many electrons are present in this orbital of p subshell? Only 1. Right? So what formula is given for first group in p block? P1. Right? This is P1. This one is P2, P3, P4, P5, and in case of noble elements, P orbitals are completely filled. Okay children? Second feature, 17th group elements, only P block study. Okay children, 17th group halogens, 16th group chalcogens, 18th group noble elements or inert elements. 7. How many metalloids are placed? Important short answer question. How many metalloids are placed in P block? Only 7, which are shown by zigzag line, not by straight, or diagonal, which are shown by this zigzag line, right? Next feature, electronegative. What is the strong tendency of P block elements to accept electron, right? Because as we move from left to right in the periodic table, electron gaining tendency increases, right? Their compounds are covalent in nature. Covalent due to presence of covalent bond, right? For example, hydrocarbons, organic compounds, ammonia, water, mineral acids, right? Water, H2O, it means product of 16 group element. Its nature is covalent. Mineral acid like HCl, covalent. Ammonia, nitrogen is placed in P block. Its hydride is covalent. In mineral acid, halogen is placed in 17th group, and 17th group is included in P block. Very interesting children. So what is the nature of compounds of P block elements? Covalent, right? This feature. Now features of D block elements. You know, metallic elements are placed only S block and D block. S block metals are soft metals and D block metals are heavy metals, right? These elements are also known as transition elements. I am starting from general formula. N minus 1, D 1 to 10, minimum capacity of D orbital to accommodate 1 and maximum capacity 10, because D subshell is divided into how many orbitals? 5, and one orbital can take maximum how many electrons? 2. Okay children? Then NS2. By N minus 1 is written here. D block first period means horizontal row in D block starts from 4th period, right? For example, scandium. Scandium atomic number is 21. Verify this formula. This formula is correct or not? Electron configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2. Total 21 electrons are present. 3p6. Then 3d. Right? In case of scandium, what is its atomic number? 21. Right? According to this Aufbau principle, this is the increasing order of energy level. 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, total 10 electrons. 3s2, 3s2, then 3p6. 18 electrons, it means argon-like configuration. You can reduce this long form of electron configuration like this, argon, right? Then valence electrons, 4s2 and 3d1. Okay children? What is principal quantum number of S? 4. And principal quantum number of D subshell is 3. Here what is written? N minus 1. n denotes principal quantum number of this s subshell, right? Because d orbitals are incompletely filled on the basis of stability point of view. First, d orbitals are written, right? This principal quantum number is one number less than principal quantum number of s subshell. When n is equal to 4 in this formula, 4 minus 1 is equal to 3d. What is obtained? 3d. And this number depends upon atomic number of element. And then ns2. Here n is equal to 4. 4 s2 and in d only one electron is present. Okay children? So this is general formula for d block elements, right? Inert tertiary elements, because in this case, in compounds of d block elements like copper sulfate, potassium permanganate, what happens? Jumping of electron occurs from one set of orbitals of d subshell to another set of orbitals of same subshell. On account of this jumping from lower energy level to higher energy level, it means between d orbitals. These elements are also known as inert transition elements, having atomic mass is high. For example, scandium, just atomic number is 21 and mass is just double of this one, sometimes more than double, right? Now next one, their compounds are colored. D block elements form colored compounds. Okay children? Well familiar compound of D block element, copper is placed in D block, and compound of copper is copper sulfate, which is blue in color, right? Ferrous sulfate, green color. I am writing only colored compounds. Formula of colored compounds: CuSO4, FeSO4, ferrous, which is green in color, ferric chloride, reddish brown, potassium permanganate, violet, right? Why colored compound? Due to presence of unpaired electron in d orbitals. D1, it means only one is present, right? Then which element in first series? Scandium, titanium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper and zinc, right? Scandium, titanium, this one is Ti, titanium. Scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper and zinc, right? Zinc salts. Zinc compounds are colorless. Okay children? This one is a D1. Only one valence electron is present in d orbital of scandium. And paired electrons D10, it means all d orbitals are completely filled. Right? What is the color of zinc salt? Like zinc sulfate, zinc carbonate, colorless. Right? Its color is white. White means no color. Okay children? Very important feature. Compounds of D block elements are colored. And what is the reason? Due to presence of unpaired electrons. Right? They form complex compounds. Okay children? Complex, it means presence of coordinate bonds. What type of bond is present here? Co-ordinate. Right? Next one, high melting point, boiling point. Due to high atomic mass, some d block elements are used as catalyst like nickel in hydrogenation process. Okay, for hydrogenation of unsaturated hydrocarbon, which metal? Nickel. Copper. In some catalytic process like Haber's method, iron is used as catalyst. Next feature of d block elements, they are used as catalyst. Okay children, so these are very important features of which block? D block. Right, what is first? For principal quantum number of this F is given as n minus 2 and principal quantum number of D subshell as n minus 1. One number less than this S principal quantum number, and for F 2 number less. Okay, you know, first children, F block elements are isolated from main frame of the periodic table, right? You know, first series of F block elements is known as 4F series or lanthanoids. Lanthanoids or lanthanides, right? Because all elements which are placed in 4F series, first element is a cerium, its atomic number is 58. Total how many elements are placed in this lanthanoid? 14 elements. Total I am writing here 14 elements. And last element is lutetium. Its symbol is capital L small u and atomic number is 11. Right? So this series is also known as 4F series. Right? As you know, 4F subshell starts from which orbit? After nucleus 1, 2, 3 and 4. S is common in any orbit. Then SP and then SPD and then SPDF. Okay children? F starts from which? 4th, right? So what is first subshell is 4F. Then 5F. Lanthanoids elements are also known as 4F series elements, where first element is cerium and last is lutetium. Second series is known as 5F series or actinoid or actinides. Right? Because all elements are similar in chemical properties like actinium. In case of lanthanoids, all are similar like lanthanum. Lanthanum is element and series is known as lanthanoid series. Right? Here element is active, AC, actinium and series is known as actinoids. Right? Now for S, principal quantum number for S subshell is 6. Then for F, 6 minus 2. F 1 to 14. It means 4F series. 4F series is octal. 1 to 14. 14 is maximum capacity. For D, n minus 1 is written. 6 minus 1 is equal to 5. Then 5D. Minimum 0, maximum only 1. Right? Because these are elements of F block. What is maximum capacity of D orbital? To accommodate only one electron to equalize energy. Right? Next, for S, this is 6. Apply same rule for next series. For F, 5F series, N is equal to 7. 7 minus 2 is equal to 5. 7 minus 1 is equal to what is obtained? 6D. And for S subshell, 7s2. Okay children. Next feature, F-block elements are also known as inner transition elements or rare elements due to their rare occurrence. Okay children, like this, actinium first cerium, last lutetium, actinide series first thorium, 14 elements are placed and the last is lawrencium. Atomic number is 103. Now next feature, rare element due to their rare occurrence, right? And after uranium, all elements are known as trans-uranium elements. Trans means after, and after uranium, it means after 92 atomic number, all elements are man-made elements. All are radioactive. It means unstable, right? So what is next feature? Trans-uranium elements. Next one feature is, some features are a bit common between D and F block elements because F block elements are also heavy metals. The next feature is they form complex compounds, they form colored compounds. By inner transition elements, what is the position of F subshell innermost? First n-2 F is written, then n-1 D and then Ns. Okay.